reps in the gym, the sweat ran off my skin. They thought I ran out of breath, but I was just catching my wind. That only happens to them. I gotta capture my win. I practice 31 days a month and I practice again. Was born equipped with sportsmanship, so I just laugh and I grin. Victory is my objective, I don't have to pretend. Spread my wings like an eagle and let them flap in the wind. No guts, no glory, no pain, no gain. These are actions of men. My teammate is a warrior, got my back to the end. My offense is God sent. You gon' have to defend. My crossover is vicious, I got more swagger than him. Hit the bottom of the net or the back of the rim. Your style is a flagrant foul. Your score, I'ma take it down. All of your trash talking was pointless. Say it now, you slacking in goaltending. My actions are bone chilling. Got the home court advantage. I'm back on the road winning.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold a city down anyhow. They gon' have to really bow. Totally dominate the game in front of any crowd. I keep it 100 while you only keep it 50 thou. I could conquer any style. Victory is in me now. My time is now. Who said it was later? It comes natural. I got a competitive nature. Look at them guys when I'm coming. They be hot and I'm hunting. Luckily they been ducking me. You see lots of them running. Challenges, I embarrass them. They a dime in a dozen. Full of fire just like a dragon straight out of the dungeon. I'm just rising above it. You just lied to the public. I serve a purpose. You nervous with butterflies in your stomach. Don't try to intimidate me. You couldn't scare me with lip. I'm spontaneous, smart, dangerous, fancy and quick. My trainer told me to work. He ain't prepared me to quit. I'm the only captain who's sailing this championship.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know.
I gotta hold down the city.
Gotta let you know where I come from.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
That's right, it's here, the official start of the new NBA.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Along with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. Western Conference battles always fun. This time it's the Los Angeles Lakers intent on protecting home court. This is the first they're seeing of the Timberwolves here. First game of the NBA's regular season for them. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they won the season series.
Regular season for them. In a season ago, Clark, they won the matchup, winning 3 and losing just 1.
And they won the season series. against this club last year, but, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. The win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
We got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. So on the floor for Minnesota, Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Wiggins in at the three.
A good open look, and he splashes home the three.
On occasions last year, the Lakers were all right on offense. Other times, they were just stagnant. There was just no motion, nothing going on.
That's a great point. And their ball movement could use some work. A lot of ISOs last season, and it killed a lot of the flow the team had in the half court.
Here's Martin following the basket by Kobe Bryant. Martin the pass to Rubio. And the three off target.
You can't get into much better position for the three than that. Everything was right on target. It just didn't fall.
Works and dishes to Bryant. No luck. Wiggins with some nice D.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
That drops.
Yeah, poor job defensively, giving him such a clear look at the basket from three-point range.
Clarkson kicks to Bryant. To the inside. A shot by Clarkson, no good.
And trying to come up with the highlight reel finish. Somebody forgot to finish it.
He's hit the ground running here in the first, putting together a nice quarter offensively.
Minnesota's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Garnett, the screen. And Rubio kicks to Wiggins. To the middle. Here's Towns. Karl Anthony Towns didn't come into the previous year as the most highly touted prospect, Clark, but his play last year at Kentucky would change that.
No question about it. People knew he was going to be good, Kevin, but you saw him being this good. He showed he could do a little bit of everything as a Kentucky big.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Randall passes to Kobe. They get a hand on it. Randall kicks to Williams. High post try. Can't get it to go. And it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way.
And guys, with Towns, he is so valuable in every aspect of the game. Really great at both ends of the floor. His defense is as strong as it gets for a first-year player.
And that one's good.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
Kobe goes in, lets the three fly. Another miss by Williams.
And perhaps the biggest plus about Towns is his upside. He's shown that he can make big strides in his level of play. Already good at shooting from outside and can play either post spot, too.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
On the wing, Williams shoots the three. And it's Williams again missing. And there's the call on Lewis Williams. Brandon Bass is checked in for the Lakers. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Kevin Garnett. On defense, the Lakers trailing here by 8. Here's Wiggins. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Pass to Bryant. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play. And the Lakers with some changes. Robert Sacre comes in for Roy Hibbert. And Nick Young is subbed in for Russell. Minnesota also making some changes. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Towns. Shabazz Muhammad comes in for Andrew Wiggins. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Muhammad, no luck. Lakers trailed by 5. Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Guys, I had a chance to talk with head coach Flip Saunders. When talking about who they'll be most concerned with on the other side, he laughed a little and asked, "You mean other than Kobe?" He said that it's an almost futile effort to try and slow Kobe because he can score in so many different ways, saying, really, all we can try and do is prevent him from getting into a rhythm and try to force him into tough shots. Guys?
All right, Doris, thank you very much. Minnesota making a switch here. Levine's checked in, and it's Miller penetrating. for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. LA's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass dishes to Bryant, and that one's good. Kobe's got 11 points.
He continues to fill it up. Just one miss in his 6 attempts.
Miller against Williams. Begovic with a screen. There's a good screen. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And guys, for Nikola Pekovic, NBA scouts said he needed work on his shot coming in. Yet he's money from mid-range at times, especially at the charity stripe. One of the best free throw shooting bigs we have in our league.
And back to Pekovic at the free throw line. Clark, he has consistently been around 75% for his career.
And Kevin, last season he got that number up to 84%. And he also gives you really good effort in the paint on both ends of the floor.
Lou Williams won the 6th man award last year, Clark, in the NBA. He's not a playmaker, although he kind of plays that position a little bit. This guy scores the ball very well coming off the bench.
He really does. I mean, he looks like a guard because of his size, but he's truly an explosive scorer. And that's the strength of his game, and that's who he is and what he does.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
You know, and when you look at Lou Williams, he's always had a shooting guard skill set in kind of a point guard's body. Now, he's not just a long-range bomber. He will attack the basket and earn his share of trips to the foul line. And that's where he's really deadly. 86% from the stripe last season.
Kobe, no luck.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you can see the frustration on his face.
That's good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here. And, you know, back to Williams, sometimes it's better to own one thing, be a master at that, than try to fit a round peg into a square hole. I mean, he's not a really good passer. Never has been. That's not who he is. But he can heat up quickly as a scorer. And that's the side where you put jelly and butter on his toast.
The Timberwolves have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4.
And Andre Miller, what a virtuoso floor general he has been. By far the career leader in assists among active players. Over 1,000 more assists than the next guy on the list, which is Chris Paul.
And Bass kicks to Kobe. To the inside. The shot from the low post is good.
Boy, this game is off to a flying start.
Yeah, we're seeing some high-octane offense from both sides in this one.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. And there's the foul. It's on Brandon Bass. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. For Minnesota, they have shot 5 of 6 at the foul line tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Yeah, they had the kind of success from the line that would make any coach breathe a sigh of relief, guys.
Lakers trail by 6. Outside, Kobe. He dishes it to Sacre. Russell passes to Young. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. Kobe Bryant dealing with the wear and tear of decades in the league. He talks about how he remains effective.
Well, you have to make adjustments. You know, you try to figure out what you can and can't do, and you have to try to learn that pretty quickly and figure out how effective you can be. And so it's just about making adjustments.
Well, at Kobe's age and with the 2 years worth of injuries is coming back for him just to...
So it's just about making adjustments.
He has to limit everyone's expectation, including his own.
You know what? When it comes to Kobe Bryant, history has shown that the normal rules just don't apply. I think it's the rest of the league that's going to have to adjust to a well-rested and still very lethal Black Mamba.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
A lot of time they've been spending at the foul line so far, guys. They'll take those points all game long if they can get them.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
On the court for Minnesota, Martin and Wiggins out on the perimeter. Garnett out there with Towns, and it's Rubio in at the point guard position. Clarkson with the ball. He's against Martin. Hibbert with a screen for Young. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from 14. Garnett grabs the board. Garnett's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Rubio outside. Left side, Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. And it's a 10-point Timberwolves lead.
And around the NBA, there are some who want to redo how the NBA lottery works. They feel it punishes teams for trying at the end of the season and instead rewards others who maybe aren't doing as well.
Williams, he's checked in for Russell. Clarkson dishes to Young. Williams kicks to Hibbert. Back to Williams. Stolen by Rubio. Martin against Williams. Right side, Martin. Here's Towns. A rebound by Young. You know, Clark, losing teams handling losing with an eye to the future. It's a slippery slope and a very tough situation, not only for teams, but the league to try to figure out and rule on.
Yeah, exactly, Kevin. Well said, and I'm not sure what the answer is. I kind of like where we are with the lottery system, but it's something to reevaluate. I don't think it needs to be tinkered with at this point.
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
And it's Martin penetrating. That's good. Martin's got the lead up to 10 now for the Timberwolves.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jumper.
Williams for 3. Count that one. Williams has got 5 points so far.
Imperfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage inside. What a job he's doing here. I mean, his second quarter has been even better than his first, and that was pretty good.
Randall with the bucket.
Excellent assist there. Just led him to the perfect spot.
Timberwolves leading by 7. Down low. Here's Towns. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Rubio's got 5 assists in the game. It's now been a decade since the Minnesota Timberwolves played postseason basketball. Last trip to the postseason for the Wolves back in 2004.
Wow, that was a long time ago. And if you're wondering, that is the longest playoff drought in the league currently. Wolves want nothing more than to get back to playing playoff basketball, and featuring the #1 pick in last year's draft will help.
Good way to start, you're right. Wiggins outside. It's Martin on the wing. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. And, you know, even though the Wolves have been out of the playoffs so long, you get the sense it won't be too much longer. They've got a really nice core to build around, and I think could be special, especially Andrew Wiggins.
Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. Kobe's checked in for Nick Young. And it's Russell in for Jordan Clarkson. Here's Levine. Rebound the Lakers.
And as you mentioned, the Wolves could be back in the playoffs in due time. They are headed in the right direction. Some mistakes have been made along the way, but you have to like their future now.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that pretty one-handed flush. Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Here's Bass. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Now, that was an incredible reverse throwdown right there. Tremendous body control.
I'd even go as far to say, Clark, that was a punctuation dunk. Huh?
I can feel that.
Sending a message.
How about, guys, that's one of those dunks that you probably want in your career highlight reel.
Well, they won't be down for long if they can get some more early offense just like that.
And, Clark, the best way to get that early offense is with steals. That allows you to get out in transition.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Moving it up. And good on the basket. Booking. 13 points for Kobe Bryant.
A nice run they put together here to bring it a little closer.
Yeah, they got hot. I didn't think I'd be saying this a little while ago, but now this game's up for grabs.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. There's 10 seconds left in the first half.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Greg, those are always tough to judge, but I think the official got that one right.
For Minnesota, they have been coming through at the charity stripe. They've made 7 of their 8 attempts. He's off on the second. Here's Sacre. And so
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again. It's Minnesota out in front at the half. They are leading by 4. And that'll wrap up our...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. You look at Kobe Bryant in this game, I mean, he has been everywhere.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about being efficient as an offensive player. Fully on display there with him.
Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there. Andrew Wiggins showed that he's going to be a big-time player in this league, Clark, for a long time.
And we knew Wiggins could attack the basket and create his own shot, Kevin, but I think many, and I'm included in this, were surprised at how good his jumper looks this early in his career. I mean, it's pretty reliable right now.
And with Wiggins' game, he has a nice jumper for a player his age. As he grows in the league, he'll become more and more comfortable shooting from deep. He'll be nearly impossible to guard when he has a consistent three-point shot.
Floats one. Towns kicks to Martin. Wiggins against Kobe. Wiggins on the money from 12 feet away. Wiggins has got 4 points in the quarter. Lakers trail by 4.
And you know, with Wiggins, it just isn't all about his ability to score. Showed a real knack for making the unselfish play, too. Understands how to work as a unit to create shots and gets to the right spot on the floor. His potential is unlimited.
The shot by Bryant, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Here's Martin. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Now it's a 6-point Minnesota lead.
And guys, as we all know, Kevin Garnett is one of the very best power forwards ever to play the game. I mean, was passed by Tim Duncan last year for total rebounds by active players. Still an amazing statistic among many for KG, a future Hall of Famer.
Kicks to Hibbert. He feeds it to Randall. Count the bucket. Randall's got 8 points.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
And for KG, the last 3 seasons have obviously been very, very tough. His injuries and declining athleticism have led to down numbers really across the board.
Yeah, I mean, his role now has transformed. He's more of a clubhouse leader, a mentor to the up-and-comers, an extra coach, if you will, in game and on the sideline.
And a nice shot by Bryant.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
On the wing, Kobe. Hibbert inside, covered by Wiggins. Here's Clarkson. Outside for Kobe. Randall passes to Kobe. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. Now just a 2-point Timberwolves lead. The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And the Timberwolves call time here. And one feels bad for the way Julius Randle's career started. I was there that night, first game of the season, 7th pick out of Kentucky in the 2014 draft, suited up for 1 game, broke his right leg 14 minutes in, and the guy that comforted him the most, I recall very vividly, Kobe Bryant stayed with him the entire time when he was really in shock on the floor.
He was, and unfortunately, for so many reasons. For one, he had really been progressing in the summer league, and the Lakers obviously had high hopes for him. And when he went down, that was the start of the rest of the ship kind of going down with him.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kev. Well, during that last break, I heard Flip Saunders addressing his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Wiggins. The coach is looking for big things from him throughout the rest of this game on the offensive end. A lot of the scoring burden will fall on him. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
All right, Doris.
And, you know, going back to Randall's rookie year, his troubles really started during medical checkups before the draft. They found a foot injury dating back to high school. The 5th metatarsal had been broken, which may be why he fell a few spots in the draft.
Here's what the Lakers are going with right now. Sacre is checked in for Hibbert. Pass comes in for Julius Randle, and it's Williams in for Bryant.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Good.
And talking about Randall's rookie injuries, the Lakers were going to let him play through the foot. But once he broke the leg, they did season-ending surgery on the foot as well. Hopefully, now he can just stay healthy and get to play the game he loves. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Russell dishes to Bass. Wiggins against Williams. No good with the elbow jumper.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Russell against Miller. Now, here is Russell. D right on him. And Young kicks to Bass. Just 4 to shoot. And the rejection by Jang. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked. Really strong and together.
Yeah, the ball movement has been terrific, and they've kept the defense off balance.
Williams with the ball, and it's Miller picking him up. Here's Sacre. Can't get it to go. And Minnesota now the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points. They're off to Denver after this game as they apply their skills at the Pepsi Center. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Young pass to Bass. The kick out to Young. And again, no good by the Lakers.
You got to be careful, though. There's a real balancing act. You can't let your ego try to run your offense. You can see he really wanted to answer that made three with one of his own. Not the best decision. You know, usually teams go on runs, and it comes from a lot of layups and dunks. But that's not the case here.
Well, it's about rhythm. And they put this run together on the strength of their mid-range jump shot. They might as well be layups with the way they're shooting.
That is good. 5 seconds left to play here in the third. Miller. No good. And the fourth quarter just moments away now as we welcome you back. Minnesota leading by 9. And a look at the 5 for the Timberwolves to start the fourth. Rubio and Martin are their backcourt. Ahmed is out there with Garnett, and it's Towns in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Low block shot. Hibbert pulls it in. Hibbert's got 4 rebounds in this game. Kobe kicks to Randall. Right side, Russell. Pass to Clarkson. It's stolen by Martin. And now Martin pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And that one's good. Martin's got the lead up to 11 now for the Timberwolves. And a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Wide open, couldn't capitalize.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
That bucket in no time at all. And that's 19 points for Kobe Bryant.
Guys, you know, you're not going to hit that shot too often. That's high risk.
And Rubio kicks to Martin. Lets it go from 14. Trained for 2 points. And the Timberwolves lead by 11.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
And the Lakers call time here. And during this timeout, I'm sure they'll be hydrating themselves with Gatorade. All the effort out there on the floor. And these timeouts can be such a huge factor in getting a short rest and recharging the battery. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Gentlemen, Byron Scott had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He was not happy with their play to this point, telling them we're getting out hustled, plain and simple. There's still time, but we've got to dial up our effort. Kevin, we'll see if they have enough to get it done.
And did not seem happy about how things are going on right now, and maybe wants to make some changes.
I agree. I mean, just was not comfortable with the way things were set up at that particular time. And in that case, I think it's the right thing to do.
Rubio dishes to Garnett. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Julius Randle picks one up. And guys, KG is so loved and has given so much to the area of Minneapolis, St. Paul, the state of Minnesota. He really, Clark, views it as his home.
And Kevin, you started with him there in Minnesota. Yes. When he got underway in the league. Fans love having him there and involved with the franchise again, for sure.
And guys, looking at Roy Hibbert, just a mountain of a man, listed these days at about 7'2", 290 pounds, with a wingspan of a pterodactyl. I mean, a true game changer inside when he's motivated and on his game.
Well, talking about Roy Hibbert, he doesn't just have size. He has a strong lower body, too. Very hard. And you know this, Clark. You worked for the organization. You saw it firsthand. Very hard to back that guy down in the post.
Yeah, and for years he's worked on ways to complement that size with improved training and footwork, even indulging in MMA one off season. I tell you what, he'd be one scary super heavyweight if he went the full distance in MMA.
Agreed. Muhammad, no luck. Lakers trail by 11. And there's the pass to Russell. Feeds it to Randall. Lakers working the ball around now. Bryant drives in, and the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That's foul number 2 for him.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
And again, no good by the Lakers.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Martin wide open, he fires, and once again off the mark by Minnesota.
He's not exactly striping them from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half, still bageled in the second. Cutting into the lead with a huge one-hand throwdown.
That's how to get your team back into it.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, guys, that might also put a little spark into those guys.
And stolen by Russell. Here's Clarkson, and he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Muhammad, the pass to Rubio. And Martin now top of the key. That doesn't go either for Martin. Lakers trail by 7, and Bryant kicks to Russell. That's good.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Now here's Muhammad, defended by Bryant. Looking to end the drought. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way. That's now 8 points for Shabazz Muhammad. Los Angeles calls timeout. The guy who's been getting it done is Kevin Martin.
They don't seem to have any answers for him. They need to review their game plan and look for a way to cool him off.
Lou Williams is checked in for the Lakers. Minnesota also with the sub. Wiggins is checked in for Muhammad. Kobe kicks to Russell. Picked by Randall. Here's Hibbert. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you've got to love the energy right now. They got hot when they absolutely had to.
And really the focus right now is to stay hot. Not much time left to complete this comeback, so they've got to get it done now.
And they'll keep possession. It's stolen by Bryant. Puts it up. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Martin. The 3. But they'll get another chance. The 3 from Bryant. That doesn't go in either for Kobe.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Rubio dishes to Martin. 16 feet away. Kept alive, Minnesota. And that one's good. And it's 8 points for Garnett.
Just a grinder. Always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass. And that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Wiggins against Kobe. Russell passes to Kobe. Right side, Williams. It's rebounded by Towns.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. So it's Minnesota now. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Here's Martin. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal. I think it's safe to say this baby's over.
Yeah, that's fairly obvious. I'd say that's a really good assumption on your part.
And the Lakers with some changes. Sacre is checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Julius Randle. And it's Jordan Clarkson in for Russell. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Zhang comes in for Kevin Garnett. Levine's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Miller's subbed in for Ricky Rubio. Wiggins against Bryant. Another miss by Minnesota. Rebound Minnesota. Here's Miller. And so the Timberwolves take the win. They came in here.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here. Kevin Martin.
So he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game.
And that's it for our...
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers playing against the Sacramento Kings at Sleep Train Arena. Looking at the Kings, coming off a loss in the first game of the season, they'll no doubt be anxious to put tonight's contest in the win column and avoid an 0-2 start. After fighting so many battles to keep the Kings in Sacramento, they are set to...
Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Battle in the Western Conference, the Sacramento crowd hoping to watch their Kings come out on top. And this matchup with the Lakers, it's their first meeting of the season. Last season, they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they won the season series against this club last year, but, you know, then again, so did a lot of other teams.
Hey, Greg, we got to be honest here, which is really the only way I roll. Neither of these teams are world beaters. But you've got to start somewhere. The win tonight would be a step in the right direction.
And now the Lakers starting group. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Russell is out there with Clarkson. And it's Hibbert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Well, clearly the Lakers were not a great team. I mean, they did have one of their better bench units last season. They led the league in points off the bench, but that was more an indictment of the quality of the starters than the firepower of the bench.
And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. Who has been a greater enigma than Roy Hibbert, a guy who can look like an all-star Clark one game and an undrafted free agent the next?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing the kind of swings Roy has had. He's been really good at times. Sometimes he gets in his own way with overthinking things, but I think he's got everything he needs to be an upper-tier center, upper echelon center. Just has lacked consistency the last year or two.
Now here's Collison. 17 points for him last game against the Clippers.
And also defensively, he was really aggressive. I mean, matter of fact, he had 4 steals over the course of that game.
And that one's good. Kobe's got his first basket.
And on the topic of Hibbert, he was an enigma in college, had a very encouraging junior season, looked like a future lottery pick, and then that uninspiring senior season, which kind of dropped his draft stock considerably. Really well done there, just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
A drive by Russell. And there's the call by the official. They'll count the basket here following the goaltending call.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
Screen by Cousins. Collison the pass to Cousins. Great tee that time from Hibbert.
You know, going back to Hibbert, last season was a perfect example of what we're talking about in terms of consistency. One game he puts up 22 and 8, the next game 2 and 1. But you know, every team in the league would like to be in the Roy Hibbert game once the light finally goes on and stays on. Consistency, the challenge for Hibbert.
Here's Bellinelli. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
And stolen by Cousins. For the finish, and the jam by Rudy Gay.
Just a good, solid, aggressive finish there on the break.
Not going to get much easier than that, Greg. Simple.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. Bryant's shot is off.
Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Outside Collison. Cousins dishes to AC, and Hibbert with the block. Kicks it to Clarkson. Back to Hibbert. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Collison with it. He kicks to Gay. Back to Collison. 6 to shoot. Here's Cousins. The shot's good. Collison making the play. Collison's got 3 assists now in this one. The Lakers trail. Kobe kicks to Russell. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Hibbert against Cousins. From deep. Kobe can't get that one to fall.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Caspi comes in for Quincy Acey. Caron Butler's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. Big group substitution here for the Lakers. Zachary, he's checked in for Hibbert. Bass comes in for Randall. Young's checked in for Bryant. And it's Williams in for Jordan Clarkson. Let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Kings.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
They've been distributing the ball really well tonight, too. I mean, a decent number of assists so far for them.
Kufis checked in for Sacramento. Now, here's Butler. And here is Cauley-Stein. And now, here's the 2K leaderboard with the teams that last season scored the most second-chance points in the NBA. The Lakers in 5th.
That's an effort stat for me. I mean, it shows you how hard this team works in the paint. They continue to pound the backboard. And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Thank you, Kevin. Earlier I spoke with George Karl. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their instincts on the offensive end, saying, we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys.
Doris, thanks. Guys, shooting is a chief concern for them.
And if that is the focus, then their ball movement is going to have to be sharp today.
It's very rare that you see a team shoot the ball well without moving it well. And that's the hidden message when the coach talks about their shooting.
And here's Bass following the 3 from Caron Butler. The kick out to Young. Hits it from 3-point range. Young's got his second basket of the night.
The rapid-fire threes coming from everywhere.
Yeah, I'm not sure of the quality of that 3-point shot attempt right there, going at it the way they did, but it all worked out for them. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
Now, here is Russell. Williams for 3. Sacre kicks to Russell, and Butler sends it back. "13 feet away. The putback, and Cauley-Stein throws it down.
That kind of putback turns a simple rebound into a highlight play.
He assaulted the glass, you're right, then assaulted the rim.
Yeah, straight bringing the hard hat on that one. That's what you like to see on the backboard.
And here's Young from the arc, and it would have caught. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy. When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
And the second quarter getting underway. No team gaining an edge so far. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
I just think that from an intensity standpoint, their defense has really been the key. It's been the catalyst as they've been able to disrupt their opponent's offense.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been much more intense defensively. And their defense not only has been intense, but it's been swarming and saran wrap-like.
So on the floor for the Lakers to start this second quarter, Clarkson is out there with Lou Williams. Then it's Roy Hibbert, and there's Bryant, and it's Bass in at the 4 spot. The kick out to Bryant over Gay, and the foul called on DeMarcus Cousins. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Another foul would give him 3 before the half. Something to keep an eye on, guys.
Sacramento making a switch here. Acey's checked in. Julius Randle's checked in for Los Angeles. Kobe, that's for 2. Kobe can't get that one to fall. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
And so Gay nails both of them.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
Kings leading now by 4. Pass to Acey. Good ball movement here by the Kings. The tray. Collison, no good.
And I think even in the injury-shortened season, Collison showed he is still a starter in the NBA. Now, he's been used as a Super Six man in the past, but he's just as effective, I believe, at starting the game.
No good from Gay. Lakers trail by 4. Down low, here's Williams. Gay with the block. They retain possession. Randle passes to Hibbert. Second chance effort, and he lays it up and in. Hibbert's got 6.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
Collison dishes to Cousins. The drive by Gay. Good, and it's Cousins picking up the assist. Gay's got the lead up to 4 now for the Kings. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Bryant kicks to Hibbert. Pass to Clarkson. Shot clock at 6. And the rejection by Cousins. Feeds to Collison. From 12 feet out. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Outside Bryant. And a miss there on the triple.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
Fires the 3. Los Angeles with another miss.
And another miss. Whew. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. Acey the pass to Cousins. Rebound by Williams.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl, Greg, on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George.
As did his son, Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It was a family affair.
And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Koufos comes in for Quincy Acey. Caron Butler is checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
Nick Young on the wing. Now the dish to Sacre. Out of bounds, Sacramento takes possession.
Got a chance here to check out how the Kings ranked in the NBA last season, Kevin. 6th in second chance points, 9th in rebound. And also, they were in the top 10 when it came to fast break points. I mean, they weren't afraid to play the game at a fast pace and run a little bit.
Yeah, but you mentioned the second chance points. I mean, you love that determination, and really they just give great effort on every play, always in hustle mode.
They have repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid dividend.
And with as many points as they've got in the paint, you know, they haven't had to do much work on the perimeter.
Russell dishes to Sacre. And a strong finish with two hands.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think? Clark to the hoop for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it. In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around. Rajon Rondo, guys, really needs to operate in a system that's point guard centric. He needs the ball to be effective. Pushing it, driving, dishing. When he has to play off the ball, that's when trouble starts.
Here's Sacre, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And that's what you want to see. Good, fundamental, sound basketball with the bounce pass.
Rondo kicks to Caspi. Back to Rondo. There's 48 seconds left here in the second, and he gets it to go. Koufos has got his second bucket.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
I tell you, we're taking a look at some real deficiencies defensively. I mean, they've given up 5 straight good looks in the paint.
Nice effort anyway to change his shot and get around the defender. Maybe next time.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got 3 assists tonight. The drive by Russell. Dishes it to Bass. And he gets it to go. Bass has got 5 points in the quarter.
And that's exactly what they're going for on that shot.
Rondo on top. He's guarded by Russell. Now Rondo. Outside Butler for 3. Shot no good. And so we wrap.
Well, Karan, tell us.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. A pretty close game for the Kings throughout the first quarter. And now, folks, it's
here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. Rudy Gay having a dominant impact in this game.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough.
And I think it's fair to say last season was a bit of a transition year for the Kings. I mean, after firing Malone and the injuries to their stars, they just tried to build for the future, realizing that was going to be in their best interest.
Bellinelli is out there with Collison. Then there's Rudy Gay. Then it's Quincy Ace. And it's Cousins in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for George Karl getting going here in the second half. Lakers trail by 6. And the Kings last year were able to get George Karl to lead the team. A good hire for them. This team did decent under him back in the last half of the season.
Yeah, they still got a lot of work to do, but he can certainly make it happen for him. One of the outstanding coaches in our league. The Kings actually were in it for a while last year, but then had a mini rebuild mid-season.
Here's Hibbert. The shot no good. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
Yeah, they just really struggled to put points on the board throughout that game. You could just see they were pressing. Just couldn't get anything to go on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, and guys, once they got spiraling downward, there seemed to be no way to get out of it. All their offense went to pot.
And, you know, one thing that comes to mind with Kobe is his incredible dedication to winning. I mean, you wonder if that has turned off potential free agents. Maybe he's a bit too competitive, but, you know, when you're in the business of competing, hard for me to imagine you can be too competitive. Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
He feeds it to Hibbert. He dishes it to Clarkson. Oh, good on the 3. With Kobe and his competitiveness, it is something that he's coped. He said it took him a while in the league, Clark, to realize not everyone loves basketball as much as he does.
Yeah, you know, even if you don't have the same kind of drive that has propelled Kobe all these years, I think you have to respect him for it. It shouldn't be a problem for potential free agents, in my opinion.
Shoots from the baseline. Sacramento grabs the miss. Cousins has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
1 for 5 on offense. A slow start here in the second half.
And the pass to Hibbert. Outside Bryant. Gets an open look and hits. Kobe's got 9. Kings leading now by 5. And the call will be against Julius Randle. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. And Los Angeles with some changes. Young comes in for Kobe. And Lewis Williams subbed in for Russell. The Lakers weren't very good at all last season, Clark, and they just didn't have any teeth in their road game.
Well, you know, they shot threes on the road well, Kevin. Top percentage in the league, as a matter of fact. Still, they just couldn't hold on to leads.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the 3rd quarter. Lakers trail by 5. Williams kicks to Hibbert. Good, great play by Williams to set it up. And it's 8 points for Roy Hibbert.
And the Lakers would end with a road record of 9-32. That is a franchise worst for them and sums up the year they had away from safety.
And Jordan Clarkson is going to pick up the foul. That's his 1st foul. And the Lakers with some changes. Sacre, he's checked in for Hibbert. And Brandon Bass subbed in for Randall. And Bellinelli kicks to Ace. The layup missed.
You know, looking at the Lakers, a big thing for them as we get back to their road woes is they didn't win a single game on the road in their division. In a word, that's terrible.
And they've got to talk to each other on D there. Miscommunication, and now he's able to make them pay.
Here's Gay. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Passes shot. Good.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Sacre passes to Williams. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for the Lakers. Collison dishes to Cousins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. It's going to be on Brandon Bass.
Marcus Cousins can really be unstoppable at times on offense. He's shown star qualities ever since he stepped into the NBA. But it wasn't until last season that he was voted to the All-Star game.
Here's what Sacramento's going with right now. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Quincy Ace. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. Caron Butler's checked in for Marco Bellinelli. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. Back to Young. Now, here's Clarkson. He's guarded closely. 5 to shoot. The 3 ball. Sacramento grabs the miss. And back to Cousins last year. He was the first Sacramento King to appear in an All-Star game, which is hard to believe in over a decade. That is a long stretch, a long drought.
I'll tell you what, no question he's been doing a lot of heavy lifting here early in his career. But I tell you what, you surround him with some sick talent, and I can see rings in this young man's future.
Obviously, they're evenly matched teams on the inside. The rebound numbers are very even.
Yeah, impressive effort from both on the backcourt.
Rondo's shot is good.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And he hits it and gets hacked down the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
Kufis checked in for DeMarcus Cousins. The Lakers also with a sub. Russell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. Here's Kufis. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. Rondo's got 4 assists now tonight. Guys, we're not through 3/4 of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really good game for sure. I mean, it looks like it's going to stay tight throughout.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end.
No good from Caspi. The Lakers in the lead.
And this should be the last possession of the quarter.
Exactly. I'm right with you there, Greg. I mean, no need to give the ball back before the end of the quarter. Make sure you get the last shot here.
Passes it to Rondo. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Rondo's got 8.
I like the way they're working the ball inside, because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots, and typically good things happen.
Here's Bass. Use the shot fake to create. And thanks for joining us again as the 4th quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. Looking at Los Angeles, they want to turn it around after the loss to Minnesota. And on the court for the Lakers to start the 4th. Kobe and Randall, the forward duo. Lewis Williams out there with Russell. And it's Hibbert in at the center, locking down the middle. 6 to shoot. It's Gay with the drive. Here's Kufis. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play from start to finish. That's something we say about him a lot.
Collison in the post. Randall on him. And it's Collison that time on the assist by Rondo.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Gay against Bryant. Let's go. And too long on the shot.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Gay with it. Williams picks him up. Here's Cauley Stein, and he lays it straight in. And the Kings lead by 7.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Randall down low, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that 2-hand.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. It was a rough year last year for fans in Sacramento, but they still come out here to fill up the stands, Greg, even with their team struggling.
Yeah, the new ownership, give them credit. Last year, the Kings marked an 8-year high in terms of attendance. Not bad for a team that really looked to be in the hunt for the postseason, but then just fell apart midway through.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hey, guys. Well, George Karl had some advice for the team in that last huddle. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
The Kings ended at 18-23 here at home. Not a terrible record for them given how their whole season went kind of up and down and inconsistent. They even had some home cooking in their favor as they were the second best team in free throw differential at home.
And that one's good. Cousins.
Boy, what a nice looking shot. DeMarcus Cousins getting it done.
Kobe kicks to Clarkson. And there's the feed to Hibbert. Banked in off the glass.
Well, a big thing for the Kings to look forward to is the opening of their new arena. They are still looking at opening the downtown arena in the fall of 2016, and Sacramento couldn't be any more excited.
Outside, Bellinelli. Bryant with the rebound. Lakers trail by 5. Here's Randall. Bellinelli pulls it in.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole, because he is just not there offensively.
Collison gets a wide open look. Sinks the triple. Collison's got the lead up to 8 now for the Kings.
That's a layup for him. He's just too open.
You look at DeMarcus Cousins, what a contribution.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Russell passes to Hibbert. It's hauled in by the Kings. Casey's got his 5th rebound in this one. Outside Collison. From 11 feet away. Cousins, no good. Russell against Gay. Count that one, and the Kings' lead has been cut down to 6 on the bucket from Russell. Kings have gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth, and even 50%. Gay against Kobe. Inside, here's Cousins. And it's Roy Hibbert with the rebound. Hibbert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Clarkson. It's hauled in by the Kings. Gay outside. Here's AC. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Hibbert kicks to Randall. Now here's Collison. In the corner, it's Bellinelli. The drive by Gay. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Kicks to Clarkson. That's in, coming off an assist from Bryant. Bryant's got his 4th assist in this one.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
And that's exactly how they've gotten the lead right here. Easily, he's been their most consistent performer.
As simple as it gets. He's hitting everything he's looked at. Keep feeding the fire. We've seen a noticeable improvement out of him since halftime. He didn't have a whole lot working in the first half.
The drive by Collison, and he banks in the layup. And the Kings lead by 8.
And he's showing signs now of life after going scoreless through the half.
On the wing, Bryant. He's covered by Gay. Some dishes to Randall. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Collison, the pass to Bellinelli. Another 3 for Sacramento.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of surge.
Russell with the bucket.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like We'll give you a 3, and then we'll take it right back.
Russell against Collison. And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Substitution.
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Lakers foul. That's his first personal foul. Shooting for Sacramento, Rajon Rondo. Taking 2 shots.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he ends up making the second, and that will put them up by 9.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe now.
From deep three-point range. So the Kings win it. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Well, DeMarcus, congratulations on the win tonight. We know
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here. DeMarcus Cousins. He was the engine that drove this team, though. And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining.